Hello friends, welcome back to Hyper4Games. My name is Joseph and today on PlayStation News, Sony expects to massively increase PS5 production, how much Sony pays to keep a PS Plus monthly game, Iron Man VR for Quest and Meta acquisitions, Lady Dimitrescu high change for the Resident Evil Village expansion, and more. Let's get into them. PS5 has seen a huge stock increase in the US. So the PS5 has been hard to find ever since it was launched, but according to MST financial analyst David Gibson, things are looking up if you are aiming to get the console. PS5 shipments increased by 400% last month in the US, which allowed Sony to lead console sales by beating the Nintendo Switch for the month. Gibson also expects some of the inventory to be available for God of War Ragnarok's launch in November, which will certainly move consoles. Plus there's going to be Black Friday and the holiday season. Further proof of the console improved stock also came from Reddit, where a user shared a photo of a unit spotted in a Walmart store. After almost 2 years out, have you been able to get a PS5? Or will be looking to get one in the coming months? Let us know in the comments. Now you may think this is a temporary improvement, but that's not the case as Sony expects to massively increase PS5 production. A report from Insider Gaming Tom Henderson indicates that Sony is aiming to ship 30 million PS5s during the company's fiscal year 23 from April 2023 to March 2024. This is a follow-up on his own report that Sony is planning a new console with a detachable disk drive that would enter production in April 2023 and release in September. Sony's forecast for the current fiscal year ending March 2023 is to ship 18 million consoles, and upping that to 30 would mean a 70% increase year over year. Out of those 30 million consoles, 12 will be from the old PS5 model that ceases production by the holiday, being replaced by the new one with 18 million consoles. The move aims to reduce production costs as they will only build one model instead of two, with the disk drive being optional. What do you think about this new plan moving forward? Voice your opinion in the comments below. New PlayStation Plus catalog and classic games. Sony has announced the full list of catalog and classic games for PlayStation Plus Extra, Deluxe, and Premium users. The game catalog will add 16 games consisting of Grand Theft Auto Vice City Definitive Edition, Dragon Quest XI's, Dragon Quest Builders 1 and 2, Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, Inside, The Medium, Naruto 2 Boruto Shinobi Strikers, and Hohokum. While Ubisoft Plus Classics included on Extra as well, add all the remaining Assassin's Creed games from the series including Odyssey, Chronicles China, India and Russia, Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, and Syndicate. Heads up because Syndicate, Russia and India are only playable on PS4, as these games are part of the very few not backward compatible on PS5. Back in July, Ubisoft said they were aware of the issues with Syndicate, but nothing has been heard since then. Moving into PlayStation Plus Deluxe and Premium, the classic catalog adds Yakuza 3, 4 and 5 Remastered, and we have the full series now as it was announced in July, plus Limbo and Ultra Street Fighter 4. PS3 streaming sees 2 new titles added with Castlevania Lords of Shadow and Everyday Shooter for premium users. I think this is a good update in general, but nothing too exciting. Extra continues to show you a good amount of games for your buck, but Premium is more disappointing every month. I don't like them adding PS4 remasters as classics, those should be on Extra, just like Grand Theft Auto Vice City. It doesn't make sense how they classify these remasters. Besides, they're being very slow to roll out PS1 and PSP classics, even with trophies not being required. There was a video from PlayStation Access saying Ridge Racer 2 was going to be added, but ended up being a mistake, the same as with Dino Crisis a few months back. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Plus Premium, but it's becoming harder to recommend at this point. What do you think about this lineup? Leave a comment below or vote on the poll in the community tab. How much Sony pays to keep a PlayStation Plus monthly game? Our next story covers an interesting fact about how PlayStation Plus games work and the cost of having them in the service. A filing at the US Securities and Exchange Commission from Snail Games, the parent company of Studio Wildcard who develops the Ark series, was spotted by Kotaku indicating that Ark appeared on PlayStation Plus in March this year, and that cost Sony a sum of $3.5 million. By comparison, Microsoft agreed with the developer to have the game on Xbox Game Pass for a 3-year period from 2019, and it cost them $2.5 million to extend that deal for the first half of this year, plus $2.3 million to have Ark 2 when the game launches. The difference in pricing should also be due to the fact that all PlayStation Plus users that got Ark in March get to keep and play the game while remaining a subscriber. On the other hand, Xbox users lose access to Ark after the agreed period. There's nothing wrong with either approach, just that it's interesting to learn how much these companies pay for deals like this, and they have never disclosed this before. More Death Stranding 2 speculation. Creator Hideo Kojima continues to tease his next project, but after 2 clues, the speculation this time is regarding 2 visitors he received recently. Top Sony Interactive Entertainment executives Eric Lempel and Craig Malanka made a visit to Kojima Productions, and the creator himself posted the pictures on his Twitter. And this comes just a week after he met with SIE's audio team, further adding to the speculation the game is Death Stranding 2. There's been doubt due to the Xbox project announcement and the Overdose leak, but it would make sense for a Death Stranding 2 to be far ahead in development over those projects. We'll remain logged to Kojima's Twitter to keep you posted on any developments. Iron Man VR for Quest and Meta acquisitions. Meta provided some Quest game announcements during their own Meta Connect virtual event. The first one is Iron Man VR arriving on Quest 2 developed by Camouflage. The game was published by Sony for the original PSVR, and it seems they agreed to it as their name appears on the copyright information for the trailer. Camouflage and Armature Studio, who developed Batman Arkham Origins on PS Vita and most recently Resident Evil 4 VR for Quest, were both acquired by Meta alongside another studio, Twisted Pixel. It's likely neither of these studios will develop on other platforms outside of Quest, and it's unclear what would happen if Sony decided to partner with Marvel for an Iron Man VR sequel. Maybe they would look for another developer and agree to have the game on Quest 2, as it would only boost the interest for a sequel should it happen on PSVR 2. Lady Dimitrescu hike changed for the Resident Evil Village expansion. Resident Evil Village Winter's expansion is due out later this month, and director Kento Kinoshita provided an interview with Polygon to talk about the challenges of having everyone's favorite vampire mummy as a playable character. He said they knew her hike was gonna be difficult to implement, but they decided it was too important not to. So despite her hike bringing up a lot of challenges during development and them being able to keep it, they did adjust it a little under 9 feet tall. This was done in order to have players control the character easily, and at that height she just barely avoids bumping into the ceiling. Lady Dimitrescu is playable on the Mercenaries mode included in the Winter's expansion that also adds the Shadow of Rose story DLC, and the main campaign playable in third person. It launches on PS4 and PS5 this October 28th for $20, giving access to both versions. A round of quickfire game news. PlayStation Store is holding a couple of new sales this week, essential picks with deals on games like Stray, TMNT The Kawabonga Collection, Destiny, WWE 2K22, and Resident Evil Village right before the DLC releases at the end of the month. A Square Enix sale is up as well, with deals on Outriders, Life is Strange 2 Colors, Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15. Both sales end on October 26. A new PS5 update is now available. Firmware 6.02 only mentions improved system performance, but there's something more as the user interface, specifically the activity cards, receives some changes. It now groups single player and multiplayer activities for you to choose from, and the trophy card also got some changes, now displaying the full list and an easier way to pin some of them. PlayStation Stars has launched for the remaining PSN regions, including Europe, Australia and New Zealand, allowing you to earn points and collectibles. I previously said the loyalty program is a good idea, held back by all those digital collectibles and Sony's messaging. You can check out that video here. EA revealed a small slice of gameplay for Need for Speed Unbound, showing the new art style for the game. The Twitter account for the game also confirmed that most effects are optional, and you can turn them off with the exception of basic tail smoke and trail lights. A new update to Ghostwire Tokyo has expanded photo mode options, including new camera perspectives, effects, filters, and the option to freeze enemies. Developer 2-Star Games have confirmed in a Twitter reply that their latest game, Choo Choo Charles, will be arriving on consoles next year. The game has you exploring an open world island while escaping and fighting an evil spider train. Sega has announced that Sonic Frontiers will get a free post-launch DLC on November 14, about a week after launch. The DLC is a collaboration with Capcom and Monster Hunter, adding 2 costumes for Sonic and a grilled meat set that spawns a minigame that upon completion makes Sonic stronger. Studio MDHR announced Cuphead was getting a physical version a couple of weeks ago. Now we know the PS4 disc version will be released on December 6th. The standard edition will be at most retailers and includes the delicious last course, while publisher Iron Beat will have an exclusive collector's edition on their store that in addition has a Cuphead figure, music box, 6 Cuphead funnies, a membership card, map poster, classic sleeve, and transforming box, all for $200. And those are our PlayStation stories for today. Have you seen PS5 stocks improve in your area? Are you looking forward to the Resident Evil Village expansion? Share your thoughts on any of the news below, let me know your feedback by liking or disliking this video, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!